though. But I thought he got him again.
We all saw what we saw. You know what we know.
That's elementary school.
No.
That's all the
when you a teammate, he push him like, man, like, let's go. He push him like,
get off of me. Get off of me.
Get off me.
No, don't touch me.
Was it worth the $30,000? Now?
No, in the moment. In that moment.
In the moment.
He was up.
You remember? Was it bingo night or was it? 44. You know what we do on this show, boy. We flow, boy. But I'm gonna keep it high level, and this is gonna just give you the beats, and I give you my opinion at the end on all of these topics. But what's going on? The core issue is the carriage rights fee.
First of all, start off the right way. Exactly. Let me start out like this. This is why I'm broke and you got money. This whole Dak Prescott saga.
What are those? On the field, I got metric after metric. He's a winner. Okay, he's number one in all categories for the Dallas Cowboys first 5 seasons. Off the field, unquestionable character. Like, the only thing you got on Dak Prescott is,
while you're here, you're still on the knee. If I see another person on their butt, when it comes to the prizes, none of you guys are taller. Tug it off. I am undefeated in me playing basketball, and I just want to light up. He's getting up.
It's show.
Yeah, we doing this for real. This is what I did first. I'm gonna go rebound. Shoot.
This one?
Cut that up, baby. Match. This boy, it's wet time. That's what I do.
I still don't know why this is a pick, except exceptional play by the defender. Look at that. 2 dudes reaching, and then he comes between them and say, let me split this bunk bed. I'm out of here. Shotgun snap, slips. Oh, that's ugly. Sack on your first play ever in the NFL. Y'all know your nightmares came true. You're like, God dang. Oh, yeah, this ain't it. Look at this blitz right here.
I mean, everything's good on paper, but I would always love to hear from a player because they play the game.
What about a journalist? Like, being real, NARPs are journalists. Like, you're from that pool, right? So Terry played basketball. Just Blaze played basketball. You play baseball, football, all that. Like, imagine somebody just said, you didn't play the game, I don't want to hear it. And that's what you just said about journalists, what you just said about yourself. Because you ran track, right? But at the same time, I don't want to hear Tripp talk about track.
That's because we like his opinions.
Yeah.
Right? So it's confirmation bias.
That's where I want to go. It's almost like we're just saying, which road do we want to travel to your opinion? Do we want to say, damn, you did this since Pee Wee, and then you were a Hall of Famer, I want to hear you say it. Or, man, you went to school and studied all the techniques and know all the ins and outs and the craft. Oh my God. And you're going to stay out the forest and just tell me about what trees are in there. Oh, that's amazing. Blah, blah, blah. What's up, y'all? Trying to get this production stuff straight. It's crooked as hell. Good morning to you, man. Prayers to all those who pray, which should be all of you, but whatever. If you think you're the highest power in this world, so be it. It's in you anyway. That's what God says. Oh, man, I want to start off with a Wileyism, the one that really inspired me in life, the one that got me going. Life is a competition between you and yourself. Somebody beat it up in the comments. Slim Reaper, Nora Singles, 86, 84. Esteban, somebody, Jason Wolf, not get a fix in 97, 99. Somebody beat it up in the comments and tell me who said that famous quote. All right there, so inspirational. All right, we got a lot to get into today. It's crazy out here in these streets. Cats are going at it. So y'all know what we're going to lead off with. Let's start here, shall we? Because I didn't expect this one. These are not the usual cast of characters when it comes to this type of conversation. But we are here, so let's go there.
Think about this kid. He can run it, he's tough, he's poised, and he's absolutely dynamic in the pass game. And this team, under Mike Vrabel, can win the AFC Championship.
He's also a liar.
Oh.
He's also a liar. First of all, let me tell you, it's not to brag, listen. Pardon the Interruption is the #1 show on ESPN spanning 20-plus decades. First Take is the #1 morning show, 13 years and counting. April will be 14 years. Don't tell me you an athlete and you don't know that.
Okay, now, if you guys are not keeping up with the times, it's okay. The world keeps spinning, and you probably spinning in your head. What the hell is going on? Well, Drake Maye was asked a question by a reporter. I will admit the reporter didn't exactly ask the question as it should have been articulated, but the point was Drake Maye, who grew up a fan of Cam Newton, his favorite player ever, responds, I don't even know what show he's on talking about Cam Newton. I think they get paid to make, certain comments. So that's where it came from. Cam Newton talking about the Patriots are fool's gold. Drake Maye playing well. He said he's having a great season. At the same time, he thinks that the Chiefs and other teams will go and beat the Patriots in the playoffs. Continue.
Don't tell me you an athlete and you don't know that Cam Newton ain't on the show. You're lying. That's number one. Number two, I'm going to take it to a more serious tone with that because I get where you're coming from, RC, and I don't disagree with you. But how about athletes looking out for athletes? I remember when there was a time when it was so much media that we were saying, athletes, once you're not playing anymore because of your expertise, y'all should be on TV. The opportunity should be there. One of the problems sitting here right in front of y'all, right? This is First Take. There's nothing that I know about football that they haven't taught me. I was a reporter. Ain't play no damn football. Don't tackle me. Don't hit me. No, I don't want it. You understand what I'm saying? I sit up there and I learn from these folks, the people that played in this game, that, when it's over, what are we looking for? What do we want to do? And the media offers former professional athletes opportunities that corporate America, for the most part, ain't doing. But a professional athlete performing because he in his feelings, because somebody might have critiqued him, or some weak-ass reporter or pundit on radio gonna ask a question out of context. Out of context. They misquote Cam, all right, because like Cam said, he was talking about the Patriots, not him, and you're gonna ask the question. Well, ask it accurately instead of misrepresenting Cam Newton. And if you're a player, how about knowing that, Drake Maye, you at Carolina. We like what we're seeing from you now. We didn't see that last year in New England. We damn sure didn't see it in North Carolina. This brother right here is a national champion.
Blah, blah, blah. So many layers, so many levels to this conversation right here. So we're going to take them in order. First of all, this is bad timing for Stephen A. Smith in terms of he unanimously, I'm talking about old school, 15 rounds, 15-0, won his battle with the women, battle of the sexes. Michelle Beadle, Kerry champion, Jamel Hill. That whole back and forth and what happened 10 years ago, and I'm trying to tell you could have looked out. You didn't look out. All of that. Stephen A. Smith won that fight 15 rounds to 0. When you win something like that, celebrate, champagne. You know what I mean? Go out, hang out. Instead, he kind of dives into this and basically has a quote circulating around the world that's saying Drake Maye is a liar. Come on. Now, what is he lying about? Drake Maye doesn't know that First Take is the #1 show / Cam Newton's on the #1 show / What? You know how they say pride comes before the fall? I don't know about that because you could be hella proud for a long time before you fall. And people are like, I told you, like, I've been proud for 30 years. What the hell are you talking about? But the point is, the last thing you want to do is assume, be full of so much hubris, as they say, that you think everybody is smelling your cologne. Everybody think your don't stink, right? You can't go to that place. And Stephen A., Michelle Beadle made one point that she was trying to convey to the world, that it's him. He messed everything up. It's him. He's the one that thinks like that. And everybody's like, nah, you can't be wishing evil on nobody. But then when you say something like, NFL player doesn't know who I am, don't know who he is, doesn't know where he works, doesn't know we're #1, you're doing too much. Taylor Swift knows she has #1 songs, and she also knows everybody don't listen to her. And she also knows everybody ain't rocking to it and knowing the lyrics, right? It's just that simple. So that was a bad play by Stephen A. in that. Even though there was a line of jest, there was some levity to it. But who cares if First Take is #1 or not? The point is, what are y'all talking about? And being real, if you know an NFL schedule, at 10 o'clock on the East Coast, ain't a single solitary soul watching First Take. It's on sometimes, and I ain't gonna lie, NFL Network has hogged all the TVs, but it's still on, but it's on mute, and Cam Newton ain't on there as much as you, right? And so, like, you could walk by and be like, I don't see Cam. And if you do see Cam, you could think Cam's a guest. You ain't listening. You got work to do. You at work, like real work. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be sitting there like, you know how some of y'all be hiding at the cubicle, hitting the Instagram and stuff. You can't do that in the NFL. You can do it on your break. When it's time to work, we working. What are you doing? So that's a disconnect in the first place. You talk about that weak-ass reporter. Well, that's some weak-ass reporting, thinking somebody during the time you're on air is watching and consuming someone who is a contributor, like a part-time guest on the show, host, whatever you want to call him, but he's part-time. Oh, okay, so now let's get to this. What was Cam saying? Cam was critiquing. Cam was actually saying, look, I think and believe in this team. But at the same time, I believe in other teams much more because they've been through it before. Say what you want about the lowly Chiefs. Say what you want. Oh, they're going to make the playoffs. If they do, you're going to have hell to face. You're going to know you've been in a fight, a cat fight. That's what happens. Teams that we know are champions, teams that we think are on the rise, they got to take their lumps in the playoffs as a collective. Simple as that, right? That's a general rule. Basketball, like most sports, you got to get to the playoffs, adjust to that playoff atmosphere, that playoff speed, and then the good teams turn into great teams because they persevere and they end up winning. Look at Buffalo. Look how many years Buffalo, 13 seconds, Buffalo, all this. Have they gotten over the hump yet? Look at Baltimore. So all Cam was saying is like, look, if y'all really going to make me think, and I love me some Vrabel, shout out to Mike Vrabel, we came out the same draft year, that's my dog. If you believe that, they just go all of a sudden, 1 year magic wand, Mike Vrabel, because he got the defense balling out of control, Drake Maye balling out of control, they going to all of a sudden turn into Super Bowl champions, and the Chiefs and the Ravens and the Bills and everybody else, they go, man. So that's why he said fool's gold. And being real, fool's gold terms it way different and harsher than it is. He just basically like, at the end, they ain't going to be there. And most people, if you had to, once again, what you going to say? Tell the truth. You think the Patriots going to win it all this year? Come on, man. If you ain't living in Foxborough, you're like, man, put that gun down. Hell no, they ain't winning it all this year. That's not a diss. Now, if they do, all right, you were wrong. It is what it is. Welcome to verbal warfare. Now, the other part is the reporter. And this is the problem. Look, I'm as guilty as everybody. I just put out a tweet about Lil Wayne versus Jay-Z and Versus. Why? Because my brother-in-law sent it to me and said, yo, it's real. And why did I put it out and believe him? Because one of my homegirls is an executive at Versus, and she told me after the No Limit and Cash Money versus, we got one even bigger coming up. And I said, who? What? Tell me. And she said, nah. So I'm sitting there hanging, waiting, and then my brother-in-law hit me with that. I was too thirsty. Well, I tell y'all on this show, stop rooting. That fine girl, you got to listen to her. I don't care how fine she is. Listen, right? I wasn't paying attention. I didn't do my due diligence. I'm a weak-ass reporter, according to Stephen A. Smith. I put that out there. Everybody starts shooting. Bah, 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 bah. You fool, that ain't happening. It happens. We misconstrue things. We see headlines. We don't do deep dives at times. Come on, be real. This is the show you can tell the truth on, right? So Stephen A. Smith has done it 1,000 times. He's talked about guys that weren't even on the team. He's talking about guys that were traded. Somebody told me, I don't know if this is true. Once again, I'm a weak-ass reporter. He talked about somebody that was dead. Like he ain't balling this year. I was like, yeah, I don't think he ever gonna ball again. I don't know if that's true or not, but somebody told me that. Once again, I'm a weak-ass reporter. I ain't do my due diligence to find out if that's true. We got too much coming our way. Pause. Too much happening. You ain't got time to be checking and verifying everything. I don't want my son to learn to pull drive-bys. What movie is that? So here's the point. Weak-ass reporter, call her what you want, call him what you want. We all guilty. You just got the mic right now. So that was a lot that's happening, and because there was a lot of drama, and first of all, I like Drake Maye. I love Cam Newton. I like Stephen A. Smith. You notice that? I love me some Cam Newton. I don't give a damn what. Cam be messing up sometimes too, and I'll be catching it. I'll be like, I call it out, and I'll be like, but it's okay because you Cam Newton. That sucker there. I feel you, Drake Maye. One of my favorite players when he was playing too. That sucker Superman don't play. Okay, so we got to end on some levity. Last thing we're going to do on this show is have all these drama and negative comments and statements and everybody going back and forth. And you know, that's why I do the raps. I rap because I want them to know it ain't that serious. Even though it's a diss and it's a rap diss, it's levity in it if you're really listening to it. So I found, because Drake Maye grew up loving Cam Newton, went to UNC, obviously. Favorite player growing up was Cam Newton. I found Cam Newton and Drake Maye actually hanging out when he was an itty bitty. You know I got a joke in here. Check this out.
I promise to exercise and eat right.
Don't forget 60 minutes of play a day, right?
And I'll grow up to be big and strong like you.
Absolutely.
And play in the NFL.
Yes, sir.
And be drafted #1.
Maybe.
And become a starting quarterback of the Panthers.
Okay.
You can be my backup.
Excuse me?
And make Panthers fans forget about you. And become your mom's favorite player.
Whoa.
I'm just loosening my arm.
Hey, blah, blah, blah. You couldn't nail a commercial better than that one. Remember that commercial? That sucker there? Where is that kid for real? He ain't Drake Maye. You know what I'm saying? Who is that kid? Wherever you are, little man, holla at your boy, because god dang, you are on the Mount Rushmore in terms of commercials. Okay, let's switch gears. With so much drama happening in Philly, what is going on in Philadelphia? I ain't never seen a team win a championship and just tear itself apart or get torn apart by its city. But that's Philadelphia, right? The same city that I played in, and they threw D batteries. Literally, they threw D batteries on the field. They crazy out there. They booed Beyonce. Who boos Beyonce? They booed Santa Claus. Who boos Santa Claus? Right? They crazy out there. Well, it's going to get crazier. Check out what A.J. Brown's going through.
What would you say to, there's been speculation out there that you are not the same player you once were. What would you say to those people?
I guess Saquon ain't the same player either.
Oh. Oh.
But I don't got no player. I don't care. Y'all don't believe that.
I didn't say it.
Thanks,
AJ.
Blah, blah, blah. Woo! Now, this story is tricky because it's obvious that A.J. Brown has lost something in production. Not a step, but something has been lost in his production, right? A.J. Brown ain't the same. We all know it. I ain't even got to bore you with the numbers, but the numbers going to suggest it as well. What the hell? A.J. Brown, beast? He not a beast anymore right now. And then A.J. Brown, smartly played to me, says, oh, y'all think I lost a step? Not just lost production, lost a step. Oh, it's me? Well, then pass that around. Pass to Cavassier. You see Saquon right there? Y'all talking about him? Oh, no? He lost a step too? Oh, he didn't? So if I'm a beast and I ain't lost a step for real, but I just production's down, and he's a beast and he ain't lost a step, just production down, what do you think it is? Why you think that's the reality? Oh, let's start looking at coaches, and you know they're going to look at Jalen Hurts. So smart play by him to deflect. And the reason why that was so intelligent is because in this world, they will demonize, and this happened to A.J. Brown, the one who speaks out about any indiscretion, right? Even though they're saying the obvious, they're stating the obvious. Trust me, I can relate. So the one that raises their hand and says, excuse me, teacher, that's some BS, is the one that's going to have hell to pay. Meanwhile, everybody else in that class is sitting there on their hands like, man, that's some BS, including Saquon. Like, and this is not a diss to Saquon. Saquon is playing it like this. I ain't going to let my left hand know what my right hand is doing, something my grandma taught me. I didn't listen very well because I'm just like A.J. Brown. Excuse me. Nah. You on some bullshit, right? So what's really the crux of the issue? Because A.J. Brown has now been not only reduced in production, but he has lost value in terms of who we think he is as a person and teammate. Don't lie. Don't lie. A.J. Brown used to be the dude on every level. Matter of fact, you didn't know a lot about him. And everything you knew you thought was fresh. Now he's a whiner who reads books on the sidelines to send subliminal passive-aggressive messages and who can't even be there when you need them. Now, smart people are like, I don't know about that. You got to look a little deeper. I think the fact is this dude is so disgruntled because he's like, dog, how did I get here? How did I get to the place where they like taste the soup? And he's like, there's no spoon. How am I tasting? You want me to put my hand in there? Like, what are you doing? Like, I can't do this by myself. And this is what I've always said. You can go back to when I first started this media. I said, ooh, wait. Playing receiver, y'all, because everybody was clowning receivers and talking about divas. I was like, y'all don't understand what they go through. Like, y'all don't understand the mindset of a receiver. Think about it. They have to run the most on every play, right? Okay, we're gonna run the ball, but we need you to run a go route so you can get the corner and the safety to look at you while we delay this run. You mean a draw? I gotta run 50 yards for a draw? And then we want your skinny ass to block? What? And then how many catches is a good game? 5? You know how many plays there are? 80? And I run about 60 of them and a lot of digs and go routes and posts and corners. I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you what they go through. And they doing all this track meet and they know they only going to get 5 of them 50 thrown their way. Right? And that's great. And then that's life. So most of the time you're doing your work to no reward. I mean, it's for the greater of the team and the better of the team, but me? No. And then, so that's how it is when you good or great. Imagine when you're A.J. Brown and you good or great, and we going into the fourth quarter, and you ain't threw me the ball one time. What? You ain't threw the ball once? Ninja, please. What? I ain't running nowhere. I ain't helping no draw. Saquon better get it with his muscles. But no, I'm a good team player, and I'm a beast. So, so I'm going to do my job. But come on, how much motivation you got for this situation? Come on. And then you don't trust. This happens to my son. My son is 10 years old, and he's already going through this, and I talk him through it all the time as a coach and as a father. I say, I understand. He's doing some things right, like he's running his route far, but he's running. He's fast. I give him that. He's fast, and he's going. I'm like, I tell the quarterbacks, you got to throw it on third step. 1, 2, 3, you better throw it. Nah, they think they got the arm on Marino. They think they YouTube arm. I'm like, it ain't going to work. So what happens? They see him, they're like, damn, he way down there. Yeah. And all you hear is helicopters. That ball going sideways. Going 8 yards. I was like, you got to throw it quick and throw him open. He'll get it. He'll run under it. But the point is, he stops running now. Because he's like, Daddy, they can't throw it that far. I was like, I know. There's no real good answer. But the point is, it just really disheartens good players when the person that they're trusting, whether it's Jalen Hurts or the coordinator they're trusting, is not as capable as them. And we've seen this before, but A.J. Brown is not letting it slide on his watch. He does not want this to go down on his legacy. But let me tell you, it will. Those numbers don't lie. We're going to always have that record. Record. We are recording these numbers, and that's your record. And then on top of that, you're taking a double L because people don't look at you the same, and that's going to hurt your market value in some capacity. But there's always a team or teams that understand, man, get him out of there. He just needs a breath of fresh air. Get him out of there. Him and Jalen Hurts, I don't care. They shared Super Bowl lockers next to each other. I don't care. That could have been a gesture. That could be real. I don't care. Point is, I don't love nobody on my team. My defensive tackle, if he ain't doing his job like I think he should, and he knows he can. Come on. And I don't care if you say, well, his coach is this. I'm like, come on, dog. Like, all I need you to do is get the push. A D tackle, get push. I come around the corner, finna get busy. Ask the big homie, who is he? The fool with the wrong color on. Hit the quarterback, he gone. That's how it goes. But if he ain't getting pushed, he's sitting at the line just dancing, trying to block balls. I'm like, dog, do you know all a quarterback got to do is step up? I don't get no sacks. So I've been there before, baby. But AJ, ain't no way you going to win this one, brother. Just letting you know. Sorry to say it. Unless y'all get some numbers up. Even, look. They won the championship. And look at it. They ain't even happy. Jalen Hurts like, I ain't running from the smoke. Whoever got problems, I'm here. And he also know he got him over a barrel, as they say, because he got so much money and power, and he's a winner. But the point is, cats ain't happy. Isn't that crazy? It's like billionaires coming home, and the man is all unhappy because he travels too much and he can't be with his family. And then the wife got all this Botox, and she got all these new, fresh pears and apples, and she's just looking amazing. And then all of a sudden, peaches, and all that fruit, and she ain't happy. What are we doing here then? That's how it looks, right? That's how it looks. Well, speaking of not being happy, woo, this is tough. I got to make this bigger. I got to get my read on. And this is a personal one here. Full disclosure on this story, I know a lot more than I'm going to tell y'all right now because, one, I want to interview my man, and two, so y'all can really get it from the horse's mouth. Why the horse? All the animals they can say the horse's mouth. But two, this is family. This is family business. This is crazy. So peep game, let's go here. Lakers fired Joey Buss, Jesse Buss from front office positions. Oh, it's time to read, shall we? Los Angeles Lakers are reorganizing their basketball operations department and have fired executives Joey and Jesse Buss from their respective front office positions. Effective immediately, the brothers told ESPN's Shams on Thursday. What up, Shams? He came to my son's basketball game before because my son plays basketball with Jesse Buss's son. So that's how we're family, and we also were neighbors, etc. So we've known each other forever. And he's from San Diego. I used to play down there, so life is life. Point being, you can read that first paragraph and already be like, oh, my God. Oh, my God. What the hell? Y'all read that? Ooh, let's go. Draymond won at Kenya Martin. I hear you. Okay, let's keep talking basketball, though. Thank you for that heads up. I didn't know that. I didn't know that he went at him. Buka Dex just said Draymond Green went at Kenya Martin in his pod drop today. Ooh, that's going to be fun. Okay, here we go. Did you hear what I just said? I just said two brothers from a family-owned business, the Los Angeles Lakers, rest in peace, the late, great Dr. Buss, got fired. Effective immediately. Think we were talking yesterday about Pat Bev, right? We were talking yesterday about him and his sisters, and everybody was like, damn, his sister 20 years younger than him? What the hell's going on in that family? You already know. Come on. It's a hood family, baby. So that, on top of that, that's what happened between y'all? Well, this is what happened between these brothers and sister. Crazy, right? Let's keep reading. The Lakers, would you fire your brother immediately? Something going on, right? The Lakers also dismissed much of their scouting department beyond the Buss brothers, including Sean Buss. That's another Buss. Family. What happened? Aaron Jackson, Moses Zapata, and Can Pellister. All right. Everyone told Dave McMenamin. I always used to call him DMC. Shout out to him. Sean Buss shares the same mother as Joey and Jesse. Now, that line is very important. To the average reader, you would just scroll past that like, okay. But you know they all got different mamas because Dr. Buss, rest in peace, was Dr. Buss. So, Joey, Jesse, and Sean, y'all got to go. Because of our work? No. Because of our relationship with some Austin Reeves is at greatness right now. We've seen all these guys, Austin Reeves is at greatness right now. We've seen all these guys, whether stay or go somewhere else and be like, damn, baller. Now, they don't control if they stay because that's Rob Pelinka, right? That's the GM's job. But, boy, do we get them. So, good job. Joey Buss's specific role was alternate governor and vice president of research and development. You know what that is? That's a big job because guess who's the governor? Jeannie Buss. So her next in line just got fired immediately, and that's your brother. Like I said, I'm going to let them speak. Jesse Buss was the Lakers' assistant general manager. This is crazy. All right, here we go. Now they got to put out, here comes the vanilla quote first. We are extremely honored to have been part of this organization for the last 20 seasons. Joey and Jesse Buss told ESPN in a statement. They said it together, so they said it on sync. Thank you to Laker Nation for embracing our family every step of the way. We get it. We wish things could be different with the way our time ended with the team. Woo. At times like this, we wish we could ask our dad what he would think about it all. Bah, bah. Mm-hmm. Ain't that crazy? Man, I've seen it happen in my family, so I know it happens in all families. Soon the funeral happens, people start giggling and laughing and, talking about sports while they eat the chicken. I'm like, all right, I get it. Everyone grieves differently. And then the next morning, the phone calls start. Hey, mama gone, daddy gone, homeboy gone. Hey, what'd he leave me? What'd I get? What you got? What? and they want it and they need it. And if they don't get it, we ain't fam no more. We still alive. Why are you trying to dead the relationship? It's real. So the older sister, Jeannie Buss, will continue to serve as the Lakers' primary team governor for this foreseeable future. Peep that. She got rid of her next in line, who's her brother. It is. Dr. Buss's idea was for Joey and I to run basketball operations one day. Jesse told everybody, referring to as a father. But Jeannie has effectively kept herself in place with her siblings fired. Damn. Joey and Jesse, they're 41 and 37. Jeannie's 64. So y'all clowning Pat Beverley, and that's some hood family. Look at that family. Your sister is 64. Ooh, wait. She come in and catch Jesse, and he 37 with a lady. Ah! She also had a public falling out with her older brothers, Johnny and Jim. Remember this in 2017? I remember working at ESPN. We had to cover this every single day. Max Kellerman. No, was Max still there? I don't think Max was gone. ESPN LA, I was doing it with Kelvin. After she removed Jim as president of the Lakers basketball operations and replaced him with Magic Johnson. Remember that? And then Magic's like, I don't think I'm going to be here. He was like, this is crazy. He came in, he was like, I love the Lakers. Oh, Dr. Buss ain't here and they running it different? Oh, this is what y'all doing? Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be here. It's crazy. Whew. I'm telling y'all, I know so much because I had to cover them, and also I know these people. I protect the guilty, so I'm just gonna let it live. It's gonna come out, and then we'll be here. More to talk about later. A week after the removal, Johnny and Jim called for an emergency meeting of the Lakers shareholders to elect a new board of directors, prompting Jeannie's lawyers to file a temporary restraining order against the elder brothers in LA Superior Court. All right, the Buss will maintain their minority ownership shares of the Lakers. So, peep game, they got fired, but we still own it. How you get fired from something you still own? Yeah. I guess that happens a lot because that's why you have a board of directors. They're like, get your ass up out of here. I know you still get paid, but move. They announced in September that they are launching Buss Sports Capital, an investment firm aimed at identifying acquisitions and partnerships across the global sports landscape. Don't y'all start sending me emails saying, yo, I want you to hook me up, like get Joey and Jesse involved and we gonna buy a team, all right? All right, my reply gonna be, how much you putting up? Let me stop. The two brothers have honed their careers with the Lakers, focusing on talent acquisition and development, with Joey serving as the team president and CEO of the South Bay Lakers. President, CEO, alternate governor, and whatever. Lakers G League affiliate, and Jesse involved in the draft process year-round as the Lakers director of scouting. Man, I got cousins working for me and nieces. My niece works for me. She don't be doing nothing. It's on me, though. But she don't be doing nothing. I ain't firing her, let alone my sister or my brother, and they got real jobs and they really do it well. Golly, you know it's beef. Jerry Buss, who died in 2013, purchased the Lakers from Jack Kent Cooke, 1979, $67.5 million transaction that it also included the Los Angeles Kings in the Forum. In 79 for $67 million, you could buy the Lakers, the Kings, and the Forum. Well, let's just say right now, it's worth $10 billion is the valuation, as they sold majority ownership to the Mark Walter Dodgers owner, etc. And the deal was approved by the NBA Board of Governors last month. Blah, blah, blah. Man. I wake up every single day at 3 o'clock at the latest, 3:30, right? So I'm up already. Now y'all up with me. If y'all ever get up around 5 o'clock, check this channel because I'm going to be here talking some talk. Here's the point. In that situation right there, I will say from afar, I got to give y'all one step of insight because then it's like, dog, why you just read the article? Jeannie want this thing to look like Jeannie's. And you can see by all the moves. We talked about this in 2017, so this is nothing new. It's just more further evidence. More further? Oh, God, what school you go to? This is further evidence. 1, 2, 3, 4 brothers now removed from the organization. 4. Dr. Buss put in his will that Jeannie was supposed to be the governor. And now Dr. Buss knew what he was doing. I'm not sure. I'm not certain. I look forward to the documentary. I look forward to the interview with Jesse Buss or anybody else that wants to come on that Jesse Buss thinks would add color to this conversation. Did he put also in the will that he wanted all y'all to be involved? Because obviously they were appointed to their jobs, but when you appoint one to the highest job, they got the power to execute. And I literally mean execute. Get rid of family members, siblings, etc. And this is tough. I wonder if it would have been the same if they had a nuclear family. This is totally just my hypothesis of if they all had the same mama and daddy, would it change things? Because you know how it goes. And this is one of the things when I was dating girls have a kid, I was like, I tried it once. And then I was like, I'm sorry to say this, ma'am. You're amazing. You're beautiful, but that kid ain't mine, and I can't raise your kid. Why you can't raise my kid? Who you think you are? You think you're bigger than me? I said, no. You took this the wrong way. That kid's daddy will always have power over me in a home that I would try to build with you and your son. And the last thing is going to happen is if he going to be here with me, he going to be listening to everybody else, including the guy who ain't with him no more. And I'm over here housing this little man. As they say, you can't serve two gods. That don't mean just gods. It means you need one voice. And my voice is saying, we going here, and this daddy called, no, you ain't taking my boy nowhere. Okay. So you just now extract that to the Lakers situation. You know how many times like, oh, that ain't my mama. Daddy said this. Well, mama said, and I think that's how it ends up being no matter what. $10 billion is on the line. $10 billion. It doesn't matter because we all forget your color, forget your gender, forget your situation, circumstance, forget it all. We all just people. And there's only 7 stories in this world, and we all just live them in different versions. Ain't that crazy? Real spit. All right, y'all. Let me give some love to the people in the chat. Chick. Cook, crack. Who's in the chat? I want to see who's in the chat. Shout out to my man, J-Dub, 1B. Slim Reaper, giving love to Jeannie Bus. J-Dub, I see you, big dog. Dad's been gone, you're right. So, hey, it's a new sheriff in town. And, boy, she got the strap out. It's real spit. Okay, let's get to the next conversation because a lot of people always ask me about life in the NFL, especially behind the scenes, the drama, the girls, the money, the opportunities, the family. Well, here's something that you guys asked a lot about. Let's talk through it. Y'all watched the Dallas Cowboys game last week and realized, they missing 2 receivers at the beginning of the game. Well, this is why. Miss Vegas curfew prompted Cowboys discipline. Lamb says. So Dallas Cowboys wide receiver CeeDee Lamb said he and George Pickens missed curfew Sunday, which resulted in both players missing the first series of Monday's game against the Las Vegas Raiders. Ooh. Whoa. Y'all played the Raiders and you missed curfew? How obvious. How typical. Way to be a stereotype. Like, that's stupid. Lamb told reporters that he and Pickens were at Red Rock Casino out there by my peoples. Oh, man. Having dinner and drinks. You know CD got that FU money. He like, yeah, we was out chilling, eating and drinking. He said drinks? Who says drinks the night before a game? Do you? You don't even, I ain't say you. First of all, I don't know many guys that drank before the game, like the night before. I know some cases though, trust me. But like to say it? What we doing here? The Cowboys had a 10 o'clock curfew Sunday night with a 5:15 kickoff Monday. That line right there, I know y'all just flew through it like whatever. That is the most important line in this story. Want to know why? Curfew typically is 11 o'clock, and that's with a 1 o'clock kickoff. So a later curfew with an earlier game is normal. That's standard issue. The Cowboys, Schottenheimer said, nah. We playing Vegas. We in Vegas. Nah. And we got a late game, and I still want y'all in here earlier. So they missed that curfew. Oh, Coach, my body clock was still on the normal curfew time. I bet they came in with that BS. What? After the Cowboys won, thank God, Brian Schottenheimer said there were some things that were missed and the players were informed of the disciplinary action before the game. He did not get into specifics. Neither did Pickens or Lamb after the game. Lamb finished and balled 5 for 66 and a touchdown. And Pickens really balled, had a career high, tying 9 catches for 144 yards and a 37-yard touchdown from Dak. The last thing we should do is empower Pickens. When he misses curfew, he go out there and ball out and have his best game in his career. Now he like, I'm going out every time, coach. When's curfew? Coach like 10 o'clock. He said, I see you tomorrow. He like, I'm balling. I'm going to tell you a story. It happened to me. Make sure I tell you this story in college. This same thing. I'm not going in depth on that. Lamb said that. You already went in depth. You told us you were drinking outside. Honestly, I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm not. Honestly, I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm not. Somebody need to cut that up in here. Pickens was not asked why they were benched when he spoke to the media. Asked how it felt to watch the game start from the sidelines. It definitely wasn't nice. Me and CD definitely wanted to be out there. Well, you didn't want to be out there the night before. Let me stop. He said his relationship with Schottenheimer is better than ever. I don't want to hear all that. Okay. They got a big deal. Okay. And there was conversation about, online, people were saying that they seen them throwing up, right? Some of that conversation. All right. Blah, blah, blah. Let's get through this. First, let me tell you this story because it kind of frames it all. And I'm serious. Like, I hope Pickens don't think in the back of his head, like, I kind of did ball out of control by kind of being a little unruly, because that's what actors go through. That's what comedians go through. You ever notice the drunk, the guy who's always on drugs, et cetera, but he's amazing as a performer? Because one day, early in his career, he killed it. He had a drink, killed it. And then he thought the drink was part of the ingredients for him killing it. And then he gets hooked on it. Not thinking that him in his sober mind could even be as good or better than that guy who was hydrated. That's how the game goes. So in college one time, I broke curfew. Now, you got to understand, in college, we didn't have curfew. We didn't. We didn't go to a dorm. We didn't go to a hotel. Coach was just like, be in your room at 11 o'clock. So technically, I was in my room. But technically, I wasn't trying to rest and chill and nothing like that. I stayed up late. I had fun that night. Real spit. I ain't gonna lie. You know, they always say you're gonna lose your legs if you do that. And I'm like, what? I said, that gotta be mental. Ain't you crazy? And this is the first time I remember ever doing that, right? I had fun. Whoa. Next game, ball out of control. I touched every stat on that stat line. I had a touchdown, rushing touchdown. I had sacks, I think 1 or 2 sacks. Fumble recovery, forced fumble, interception. Won player of the week for Sports Illustrated at an Ivy League school. Nobody even knew who I was. They turned in the pages looking Florida State, Miami. Who in the hell? Damn, what'd he do? The night before, I did all that. No lie. I don't know how many games later, or was it the next year, I tried it again. Had the worst game I ever had. And since then, never did that again. Yep. That's that story. So I don't know what the hell was going on at the Red Rock. Actually, I do. Gonna have one of them hidden cameras come out here and we were like, oh, they beat you. What you doing? Real spit. All right, let me get some love to the chat. Let me get some love to y'all. Shout out to Akron Slim. Hey, you know, I actually know Anton Daniels. Like, we were supposed to do an interview a year ago in the summer. And he came out here, he probably thought I flaked. I had some with my son and something happened I couldn't do that day. And ever since then, we just been text buddies. He's like, yeah, okay, you flaked me once, I ain't fucking with you no more. But we go back and forth. That's the homie, and I like his content, certainly. I like what he's doing over there. He in the middle of some stuff right now, don't mess with all you better leave Gil Sereno alone. Kenya gonna get him. Nah, it's all love. What else we got? Shout out to Ben Simmons. Y'all gotta have some better, like, tag names. These names are horrible. Like, say your name. Like, mine is Marcellus Wiley or that dude. Like, y'all got, what are y'all, playing video games all day? Zener 909 Zine? Y'all crazy. All right, let's get some. Oh, people don't know me. The reason I get up so early is because it started in college. So I'm not hyped up. I'm not geeked up. I'm not on coffee. I hadn't any coffee. It's because in college, I noticed that after practice, I'll come back, try to do my work, and everybody was just partying and chilling. And, you know, these kids are smart, so they got all day to do their work. On top of that, they know how to do it with all that craziness going on. Me, I was like, dog, I am just sitting here for 3 hours. I only did 2 pages of work. Like, I got to do more. I got to be more productive with my time. So one day, I didn't pick this. I didn't think about it. One day, I just went to bed and then woke up. I went to bed at like 9. Woke up at 2. It was quiet. I said, whoa. Wait a minute, everybody's asleep, yeah. Or you see somebody creeping back like, yeah, it was cool. I was like, I see you, big dog. I did so much work from 2 to 7, then I did my normal routine, go to practice, go to school, all that. I was like, bingo. So every time we come on, we kicking it on, and then they start talking about, let's do our work, and then they start whipping out the PlayStations. I'm like, I'll be right back, 9 o'clock. I'm sleeping through all that noise. Wake up at 2, peace. So I'm an early riser, as they say, basically. That's all I got to say about it. Okay, man, let's get back. We talked a little earlier about our boy, Pat Beverley, and Dave Portnoy had his back when it first hit, the story hit. He was like, oh, come on. He's like, I got his back. Why wouldn't I have his back? I have our employees' back. I believe what he said. We've talked, all that stuff. Well, let's just say the story has shifted. Have you ever heard of a 180? Well, listen to this.
So where are we with Pat Bev right now? That's obviously the other big story. Yeah.
Yeah. No, obviously horrific police report. No matter how bad, whatever it is, I saw Roan's speech on it. I thought it was good. Like, that's his life, and he's got to figure all this out. It's horrible. He is taking forced time away from Barstool, and we'll see if this turns out somehow not true. Like, we'll let the facts play out. Certainly with what is hanging there, we can't have him be part of what we're doing right now, and we got to see how it settles. But this is horrible, how it read, and if there's any truth to it, he won't be back at Barstool.
Damn. So you wait till like the trial almost?
Yes. Like, there's no reason on my end to move unusually quick here.
No.
It's like a very serious issue. So before the police report came out, we still were going to do the pod, still do it. We had his version of events. Police report comes out, brutal. Call him, hey, like, just saw this police report. We can't be working with you right now. Figure out your life, figure out whatever's going on in here, and we will regroup when there's a resolution on whatever the fuck this is. That's kind of where we left it.
What did he say to that?
He got it. He got it. He's like, I get it. I totally get it.
When he put out on Instagram or whatever, don't believe everything you read on the internet, was that before or after the police report?
Before, I believe. But I think even after, he put out another statement, I think. It's brutal. To read that version of events is absolutely brutal, But it is a Barstool issue in the sense he worked with us. We had to separate that, but now it's a Pat issue. Like, that's a family issue, a Pat issue, and I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping that what was written there was not true, or that version of events didn't happen, or whatever. But it's brutal.
Is the podcast on hiatus? Is they doing it with Jason Williams? Is Jason Williams?
Yeah, so I don't know what they're gonna do.
Okay, we can stop there. Blah blah blah. Even though there's still some good meat, pause, on that bone that he's talking about. I think we get the gist of it right there, and it's unfortunate because he's saying all the things that that they say before you got to go away. Remember when Stephen A. Smith came out after Shannon's allegations and going back and forth, and Stephen A. Smith got lit up for saying basically kind of the same thing in a different way. But we all looked at Stephen A. Smith a little different than we're looking at Dave Portnoy, because Dave Portnoy, this is one thing he did different, because everybody's going to try to make it racial or something else crazy. He came out and defended Pat Beverley to the fullest, maybe even to a point where it's like, hey, be a little more responsible, maybe a little irresponsible. But whatever it is, he's the owner, he's the founder. He wanted to convey, I got y'all back if y'all didn't do anything. But then he read the police report, and let's just be real. A police report may not be 100% factually correct. We have seen it in the past where you kind of planted that, or you said that, or they didn't say that, you coerced there. But the point is, it is an objective standard that we are going to respect to some degree. Most people, a large degree. So if you read a police report that says you hit her, and you read a police report and there are reports out there that there's marks on her, and this is from your sister, your mind says, I can't imagine you saying or doing anything to change what I just read. Your mind says that, but you give the person the benefit of doubt and the burden to prove it. So that's why he's like, he ain't fired, but he like, how you gonna come back if this is true? So you got to prove that's not true. Now, how you gonna do that? Because one, there's gonna be physical evidence, and two, you physically got a sister who already done told on you. Like, flipped on you, as you want to say, because that's your sister. If your sister testifying against you, bruh, I don't know who got your back. But it can't be Dave Portnoy, can it? That's crazy, right? Woo! I mean, I'm not lying. Sometimes you just be like, I can't imagine. I literally am sitting here as I read that report, as I listen to him, I'm like, I can't imagine a scenario that didn't happen, or whatever happened, Pat Bev still ain't in the wrong. Now, don't let it be one of those cases where they start bringing in evidence from him on the court and the sideline and him throwing the ball at the fan and all that. Yo, it can get real out here. And look, I wish for the truth, and I wish for the best of Pat Bev, because I know Pat Bev, like, hey, what's up, all that. But if you did it, you did it, man. God dang, what would you do? That's crazy. Shout out some love over here. Who beating up the comments over here? Esteban talking about I don't get enough sleep. 5 hours ain't enough sleep. Look, yes and no. Be real. I know some 90-year-old people that ate nothing but hog maws and pig feet and neck bones, right? Ain't never been on a diet, ain't never worked out. She's just the auntie in the neighborhood, grandma in the hood, right? I know them. You do too. And I know some 23-year-old kids that eat right, all this stuff, and they get diagnosed with blank. Right? I know that. I just know that. I know there are people that sleep all the time. My wife, she's a sleeper. She sleeps like 10, 12 hours if you add it up all day at least. For real. She'll take 2 naps. She'll take a nap, wake up, and be like, oh, I'm sleeping. What? She missing half this life. That's her. But at the same time, I don't know if I'm going to live longer or not. I got her beat right now. I'm cheated, though. I'm 50. Point being, I don't know. I hear what you're saying, big dog, but I also don't hear what you're saying. I don't know when this thing going to end. I'm just going to enjoy while I can. That's real. Let's go. Let's get into it. What is going on here in the NFL? Listen to this. This is J.J. Watt on Pat McAfee talking about the NFL. And of late, Pat McAfee has been having J.J. Watt, like I should say J.J. Watt has been going on and just letting it go. And he's saying the real, like the real. Listen to what he said about the NFL. Facts over fiction.
Why do they not have any issues with Pro Bowl voting, award voting, all of that? Because I know the guys go into there and one rookie fills them out for the whole group.
Bingo.
Or guys, or the PR person fills it out for them. But they're fine with that. Nobody's ever questioned any of those things. They're fine with voting that literally affects contracts, because if a guy gets voted to the Pro Bowl, he can have an incentive in his contract where he gets much more money because of it. But that's all. We don't know how that works. The fan voting, everything, like the coach voting, like that. Who fills those out? You and I both know that in the locker room, those are not properly filled out.
Yeah, and the top 100 players or whatever. I think I voted on that one time at the Pro Bowl, but all the other shit, I've never really voted on anything. And it's like, okay, so who is the ones doing it? I think for all the polls that come out of locker rooms, we all kind of question that type of thing.
In the disparaging comments section, I mean, I have a million thoughts on that. I had a heart issue when I was playing, and I found out that was going to be reported nationally because somebody in the building leaked it. So you want to talk about disparaging players, like there is a whole bunch of shit that goes on that's disparaging from that side of things that is a lot worse than we're eating shit food in the cafeteria. All right, there's like a whole bunch that goes on. So don't tell me that that's a big deal. And lastly, like I said, it's the teams that are getting bad grades that are frustrated, which I understand. Like, yeah, you're looking bad. And that's the Vikings look unbelievable. The Dolphins, I believe, had incredible grades. And like, yeah, players want to go play for those teams who do these things and treat their people well. So if they don't want to spend money, they don't want to get right. And if you're complaining about something, it's generally for a reason. And we've seen improvements made. There's reasons teams make improvements and things get better. I don't know. I get very frustrated when like there's one little thing that the players have finally to voice their opinion on what's going on in their building, and now that thing is being suppressed and like, no, you can't do that.
Blah, blah, blah. Man, he said a mouthful, and everything he said was pure cocaina, pure dope. This was about the NFL and the NFL filing a grievance. And their grievance against the NFLPA to stop those team report cards. You guys have read them. You've seen the report cards when they say like facilities, or they say executives, or they say like food, or all the stuff that the players have to go through. They break it down into categories and they say, give the team that you play for a grade, right? And you're supposed to give a real grade. And it sounds like guys are giving real grades, and some of these teams are failing this test. And of course they're going to fail this test because it's a relative experience. Stupids. Like, look, come on. NFL owner, don't take this so personal. I understand your ego's involved, but don't take this personal. But if you're not the Rams and Chargers, or even maybe the Vegas Raiders, right? Best stadiums in the NFL, SoFi and Allegiant, right? Why? Largely because they're the newest, but also because they are really nice, right? And you can throw a couple of other ones in there. But the point is, we know that's the top level, gold standard, those two stadiums. If you're not those two stadiums and you play for, I don't know, what's an old stadium? Chicago, you play at Soldier Field, and they keep renovating and renovating, but you ever been in a house that's been renovated too much? You're like, man, dude, just tear this thing down, dog. Like, I see old wood and new wood. That's too much, right? And you're like, oh, okay, whatever. But you're trying to dress up that pig, put lipstick on it. We get it. But you're not going to get an A grade. SoFi getting an A. You might get the D. You might get a C. And that's going to go to everything. You go to some of these places, they got gourmet chefs. I know the Chargers, because I'm local and that's my team. So I go there, gourmet chefs. Would you like a smoothie? Would you like it blended? Would you like it on the rocks? What? When I played, it was like slop. It's like we had 3 hots in the cot, and they go like this, mashed potatoes. You want some more potatoes? That's all we had. So the point being, you ain't going to get all A's. I don't care who you are. And that's what it is. And so these teams are taking it to heart. But he has some great points. Let me expound on some of the other points. The fact that voting, all this player voting y'all be watching, and especially the Pro Bowl, it was a crock of it was some BS. Cats did not want to vote. Because the voting is this. Okay, everybody sit down. Get into the team meeting room. First of all, that's hard to do when it ain't the coach saying it. Hey, everybody, let's meet. Man, for what, dog? You got grown-ass men making millions. They're like, shut up, man. Well, as a starter, I didn't. I got voted in as a starter. I didn't. I got voted in as an alternate. But what? It was crazy. And then my second year, they voted me in because they knew about the first year. And they were like, oh, we kind of snubbed him, and he did even better, so give it to him. But the point is, it takes you 2 years typically. Typically. There's some rookies that make it or some first-year ballers. I get it. But that's how it goes because cats ain't paying attention. Right now, I could get NFL players, and this is no diss to the players, but I get them all together and say, all right, this is your team picture. Name everybody on there. Huh? I don't know that fool. Right? That's your own team, let alone somebody playing somebody somewhere else and how good they are. So the leaks upstairs, the executives, when they want something out, it gets out. Y'all thought I was a team snitch. You think there's snitches out there, anonymous sources. When they say anonymous sources, it could be a player, it could be an executive. It's anybody with an agenda to get out there, and they want to throw them rocks and hide their hands. Simple as that. So he's right. JJ dealing with a real heart issue, and y'all going to leak that out there. You know, I go to suppress or let everybody know. And he like, HIPAA laws, dog. You can't be doing that. It's crazy. So I just see it. I've been to some of the worst stadiums ever. Oakland, before they left Oakland, I see why they left Oakland. I see why they went to Vegas. I see why CD and Pickens missed curfew. Like, that stadium, you literally in the visitors' locker room had to duck to get in. It must have had a 6'5" clearance. And you know, you got on cleats in your helmet. I was like, I ain't have to duck in my high school. I didn't have to duck in my college. I got to duck in the pros. And you remember the infields you used to play on them dirt infields? They still do that in Miami or some places. You had to play where the baseball team played. And you're like, what the? You get third and long and you in dirt, and then they snap the ball. You go like this. Just kicking up dirt. Silly. Makes no sense. Make no sense. So NFL owners, get out of your feelings because it ain't that serious. Speaking of something that's not that serious, we're about to talk about it. Johnny Manziel gives his version of what happened in the tunnel at Texas A&M. A lot of people made that racial, and a lot of people said, man, the dude was just rooting and being an unruly officer fan. We're going to talk through that. But first, we got to give some love to who's over here beating it up in the comments. Oh, shout out to Hawkins. Hawkins DBs knows about how bad these stadiums are. Leaky, rusty pipes. You ain't never lied. Stupid. Oh, man, dressing up that pig. Shout out to Knees Duts. That's funny. 212. I love it. I love it. All right, let's get into this topic because Manziel breaking it down. And it's a moment right here. Let's go.
Johnny, what are your thoughts about the alma mater?
Yeah, I think we're just a little frustrated in that first half. He breaks off that run, runs up the tunnel. Around here in these parts, partner, we protect this house. We paid a lot of money for this house. Get out my tunnel, boy. Get back on the field.
Hey,
so he gave him a little something, let him know what's up. To be honest, it didn't give us much of a spark, but listen, majority of the time you don't see a lot of that from A&M people. You don't see it from Aggies. It is a small gesture that, of course, in the day and age we live in, it's on TV and recorded and blasted everywhere. I'm sure the guy obviously feels bad about it. I'm sure it's one of those moments, but just get out of here real quick.
Being in college, I'd hit him dead in his damn head with the football. I'm just telling you, just knowing me in college, Ocho, because I'm not going to be as professional as I am in an NFL setting. I'd hit.
All right, let's get up out of there. Blah, blah, blah. It's crazy. The best point I heard about all of this is someone said, of all the years of us watching football, how many times have we ever seen a police officer or security do this? And I was like, damn, I didn't even think about that. Like, never. We seen fans streaking and all that and all that crazy stuff. And it's weird when they do that, and then, they mess with the players, try to hit the players, run into the players. The players certainly tackle most of them and get them out of there if they ain't butt naked. But the point is, when that happens, you're like, all right, that's a silly, stupid-ass fan. But for some reason, when the officer did it, maybe because he's hired, maybe because he's paid, maybe he's supposed to protect and serve. But at a game, is he still? Yes, he is. But at the same time, I read when he did that, one, he did it on purpose. So if you're an officer, knowing you're being filmed, knowing that the world is watching this game, and you bump into these dudes, you rooting, you a fan, you a crazy fan. But then they were like, people took it like, nah, it's not that. It's police always doing stuff, and those are black players. I was like, well, if you go to any football field and you bump somebody randomly, it's probably going to be a black player, black person. Like, we black. Black people play football. Black people play basketball at a higher degree, higher number. So I was just like, and I took some heat for it, whatever you want to call it. I guess they call that heat when people don't agree with you. I'm like, all right, well, you think he's a racist cop because he bumped into the two players trying to show him up. And like, wait. Like, I mean, this is what happens in clubs. This happened to me one time in Vegas like 5, maybe 10 years ago. Some dude stepped on my shoe, and I was like, big dog, come on, man. And he was like, oh, my bad. He was like, and then he looked, he kind of like snapped. I was like, what? And then I was like, no. I said, I'm not fighting you, dog. I was like, I just said my shoe. Like, you didn't graze my shoe. You abused my shoe. And I don't even care about the shoe. I care about my toe that's under there that had 10 years of NFL D-line on it. I was like, dog, you just cramped my toe. I'm like, what are you doing? So the point is, like, I just looked at it like, if he were black, what aboutism? What if he was black? Stop. It's okay to have stupid people everywhere, including police, in that setting. But what would he have done if he had pulled you over? That's what we doing now. So you're gonna be down 21-7 when you get pulled over. like, it's not the same context. Stop trying to make that officer the guy that did something wrong that we've seen go viral before. Oh, they can do the same job. Well, if we're gonna do that, every job has had a fool. Every job has had a character misrepresented. So now we ain't gonna trust nobody that does commentating. I ain't gonna trust nothing that comes out of Shannon's mouth, because you know what they said about him. What? No, you don't go to those places. So why do we go to that place for police? I'm telling y'all the truth. When everybody was really hating the police, and it seems like it's still around, and NWA F the police all the way to it really got bad, BLM days, I was like, y'all not making me think the police are bad. One, if something happens in my house or anywhere, guess who I'm calling? Not your ass, I'm calling the police. Second of all, when I used to come out of high school games and they used to back shooting all these games we used to go to, come on, man, we knew what it was. Stop acting stupid, people. I'll be like, man, when we about to leave, I'm like, we leaving early, and I hope the police here. And then you walk out, you see them sitting on their cars. I'm like, yes. And then when I used to go clubbing, I'll be like, man, it's time to go. I was like, we're not leaving last. And then it's time I get there early, and I'm gonna leave right before it ends. And then some stupid reason, I sit out front all the time. Point being, I see the police there, yes. I had that prime valet spot right in the front, police right there. I'm like, yes. And I told y'all some of the stories when I didn't see the police, and Suge and them almost got me, et cetera. Game had to help, Willie McGinnis, et cetera. Ooh, I've been through it. But the point is, when I see the police, my shoulders go from here to there. I grew up with dudes that are cops. Shout out to my boy Joey Boulder. He's a sheriff. That's my dog. Went to college with him. Y'all shut up talking about police. I'm like, you ain't talking about, look, if they don't do their job right, let's talk about them not doing their job right. But this grand label to the point where an officer, he shouldn't have done it. He's completely in the wrong. Listen to me again. He's completely in the wrong. But I've seen completely in the wrong before out of a lot of fans, a lot of people there. Well, they ain't work there. That's why he's completely in the wrong. But when y'all try to take it from there, stop there. We're done. Oh, no, you want to now make this a big, large, national, civil, racial conversation. I can't, and I won't. And it's okay. You don't need me on your side to say, F the police. I love NWA. That song don't really hit home for me. It don't mean it's a banger. It's sick, but I don't believe it. No, love the police. Because if you come in here right now, some dude was some dude came to through the neighborhood and was saying something crazy, and I just looked at him, and he looked at me. He said, "What you gonna do?" I was like, "I thought I moved away from this stuff." I was like, "Just call the police." I felt so like old man. I was like, "Oh, look at my wife. Whoa! Oh, that light hit you like a halo angel. Look at They know you taking naps. She about to go take a nap right now.
What do you mean take a nap? I'm gonna give people naps.
Yeah, that's true. She's anesthesia, so CRNA. So she's gonna give naps. Love you. How you getting to work?
Uber.
Okay. Call me so see if I can help you.
They tow truck tried to come at 10:30 last night when I was sleeping. Called me like 12 times, and then this morning I just redid the thing. So hopefully they're going to fix the tire at 9:30, and then I can just pick it up on my way home. We'll see.
Oh, all right. Smile through it. Love you. All right, bye-bye. Yeah, my wife had a flat tire yesterday, and then she thought it was getting fixed, and turns out, no, they didn't. And now she's giving me some lie about the tow truck guy called her 12 times at midnight. That wasn't the tow truck guy. What's his real name? All right, let's get back into this. All right, let me read this chat a little bit and get to the next story. So basically, look, I'm not into the labels, y'all, because if I'm into police, F the police, guess what they said about the young little black guy from Compton, South Central? Anybody? Y'all want to play the stereotypes all the way? Y'all want to do that? Nah, we ain't gonna do that. So some people do want to do that, and I'm gonna show you one that wants to. But let's read this chat first. Yeah, I know too many police officers. I'm with you, Newman 824. I've never understood the police is bad either. I'm like, look, I know they've done bad things, but guess what? You have too, Mr. Hawkins. like, what are we doing here? Like, what label? Okay, police are bad. Okay, well, everybody's done bad as a group. White people, black people, everybody, tall people, little people. That's why I hate groups. I'm like, and then people want you to root for the group and tribalism. I'm like, I can't root for no group. All tall people ain't something good. All black people ain't something good. All white people ain't something good. All football players ain't something good. Like, I don't. I ain't got no power for the people. I got power for the person. Now, who are you? Oh, you're a good person. I rock with you. Who are y'all? I don't know y'all. People get me tripped out. It's gang culture. It's tribalism. It's that craziness, that D.L. Hughley stuff, that mindset that gets into you. We need to stick together. The last thing you want to do is stick together if we all got to go somewhere. We need to know where we're going, know where we're going to go and meet if we get lost, and we need to go get it. That's it. I'm not sticking together. I couldn't get to the NFL if I stuck together with all my teammates from Pop Warner. The fools didn't want to work out the same as me. We're not sticking together. Hey, 9 o'clock, I'm at the gym. You come. If you don't, oh well, I'm at the gym. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna go to your house and then we gonna go together. We sticking together. Man, this stick together stuff. Y'all need to start analyzing what people are saying. But people hate me when I talk like this. Oh well, hate me. Like this. So Etan Thomas, he used to play basketball. I think NBA too, yeah. Respect. I'm not trying to diss, but I knew it. This is his profile. He got the Malcolm X kind of look. And I met him before. We've done a panel before. He called me and wanted me to, he told me one time, I remember we had a conversation, he wanted me to be an activist. I was like, nah. I said, I'm not gonna be an activist. I said, no diss, but I just activate. I told him that. He was mad. I was like, no. He's like, no, I think you really can and you should. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm just gonna be an example. I'm not gonna be an activist. That just sounds like I'm just gonna only say these things and ignore these things. I'm gonna tell the truth. And if you don't like the truth, oh well, you don't like me. It's okay. People don't understand. It's okay to not be liked, right? Sometimes doing nothing is something, right? I ain't gotta do anything, and that's something, right? Just be me. I'm good enough. Look at my resume, damn it. So it says, it bothers me when I see black people in the media doing this. I expect it from people like Bill O'Reilly, Sean Hannity, Laura Ingraham, Fox News, Outkick, et cetera, not from my people who look like me. Why not? We can't think different than you because we look like you? I didn't choose to look like you, and I don't look like you. Like, if you really want, does he don't look like him, and he don't look like him. But he does look like him a little. No, I'm sorry. Right? A little before and after right there. Like right there. Nah, come on, man. In this, look, I'm not going to read this quote because why? But we get the point. So now I'm in a meme that is going around the internet. Oh, he got it up. When I saw it, it was lower. Well, of course, it's going to keep going up. 754. So 754 people in the world think that I am not doing the right thing. Oh, yeah. And that was about the Texas State Trooper. So basically, I said the same thing I just said right now. And some of y'all may hate it. Oh, well, it's okay. I was raised with a healthy self-esteem, which means count those with you, not those against you. And a lot of people rock with me, a lot of people don't. I get it. It's okay. But I can't really appease the race baiters. I can't appease the activists who only want to talk from one lens. Notice when someone is talking, if they don't want to say the pros and cons, don't listen to them no more. Just be like this. Okay, can you tell me something bad about this proposal? If they get quiet, no. Because I want to know how you're going to beat me up. If I'm talking about how I'm going to win the fight, what happens if you hit me? What happens if I got to do a counterpunch? What happens in defense? You ain't got that answer? Move, man. You over there rooting. Okay, so now let's get into this. For all those people out there who think, like Etan Thomas, Marcellus, all you do is talk bad about black people. And then all you do is protect white people. And all you do in these situations is whitewash. I was like, no, I don't. But you don't watch enough of the show. The highest viewed shows I've done is actually Skip Bayless. Who knew? I thought all I do was Stephen A. Smith and Ryan Clark. Who knew? And then I've done a ton on Pat McAfee, done a ton on Max Kellerman, etc. About to do one right now. Y'all want to see it? Check this out.
Oh, shut up, Scatterbo. You haven't done. I mean, you're a media creation. Your team sucks. You're hurt. And you're acting like a little kid, putting your entire franchise who's relying on you at jeopardy. So stop with all your bullshit. Be an adult. I'm having fun. Oh, shut up. If I were the Giants, I'd say, yo, man, you go have fun. We're going to avoid this contract. Go get a lawyer and fight it. He ain't good enough to worry about. This ain't Walter Payton. This is a little guy that ran for a few yards on a bad team. You know, they always say, or we always say in basketball, somebody has got to score. Somebody's got to be the leading scorer, leading assist, leading rebounder on a bad team. Scatterbo's a little guy in a big market on a bad team. So shut the living hell up. And be a professional, you clown.
Wow. And I like his content that I've seen at times. Don't like that. But I know what he's saying. And look, Scatterboo, you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot. Now, even your staunchest supporters sitting there like, hey, bruh, you're doing a lot. You don't believe me? Check this out. So he got 10,000
Wait, this might be too much liquid from
subscribers on Twitch. I don't know. I haven't been on Twitch. Probably should be, obviously. They're killing it over there. But look, he got a James Jr. behind him. He a boss. So that's a shoe that they said was used. I don't care if it's used or not. It's his feet, but whatever. And he chugged some energy drink, I would assume. Hey, this generation different, y'all. Y'all different. But he is, as I just saw, Haley Heston said, Scatterboo is a baller with an edge. Whatever we just saw there, oh yeah, brother, like that, like I got that edge is a switch, and it's different wattage, different voltage for different players, right? But I can go. No, anybody can go there. If you play ball, if you play football, you know where zero dark is. Like, don't mess around. So Scatterboo, he lives there. Scatterbo, a little more than the average bear. We know that. But these incidents, what's happening is this. He goes to the WWE. He's hurt, surgically repaired ankle. You get into a pushing match. I wouldn't call it a felony, but it's certainly a high degree misdemeanor because you can go there and just chill out and just play the role, write a script. Somehow you're like, you lucky, I would kill you. Oh, you'd be dead if my, ooh, and they carry you. You're like, you could have done a lot instead of the simple, obvious, y'all go into it. Y'all go into it, right? And then that's just how the game goes. So I'm not a big fan of that. Also, if you do this kind of stuff, your team is watching, and I end it with my DJ story. I DJ'd from the day I got drafted. Bought my money with my money I got drafted with. Bought me some turntables. Start DJing. Start making mix CDs. Start giving my CDs to my teammates. That turned into they start playing it at the stadium. That turned into they played it at every stadium. Literally, my CD. This is Wild Style, you know. And then I made a CD. I made a CD on Bad Boy Records. No lie, I got it somewhere. I know. I made a CD. All right, 13, 15 songs. They had this song, Who's That Dude? They played it after every one of my sacks. It was crazy. So they played it a lot. Let me stop. Point being, I DJ'd for Outkast. I DJ'd for Run DMC. I DJ'd for Kanye West. I did festivals. I DJ'd for Shania Twain. What's the dude? Kenny Chesney. I DJ'd everywhere. I was doing all these festivals, these big events, Super Bowl parties, real spit. I got some of this stuff somewhere. But I'm before Instagram, so this stuff would be easily known. I mean, you could easily see it if it was a different era. So they saw me DJ all the way to Pro Bowl status, from bench warmer Columbia guy to Pro Bowls, to starter to Pro Bowl to All Pro to top paid to top 50 again, all that DJing. But as soon as them numbers ain't right, the first thing they said is he's distracted. See that DJing? So all Scatterbo is doing right now is giving them the moments that they need and the ammo they need. So when he is not living up to standard, they say, look at him. He's distracted. And they're going to put that out there. They're going to leak that out there. They're going to remind people of this. And that's what happens. But right now, it's all good. I did interviews from the team talking about, hey, man, he DJs. Come to his house. I did live interviews, all this, specials on Marcellus DJing. They'll set you up like that. And then, oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay, now, let me get into the chat. Okay, people really want this Green and Martin. Who's that? Draymond and Kenyon. I'm going to do that. Man, I don't know when I'm going to do that because I'm about to get out of here. I got to get my itty bitties. I got to do my itty bitties. So I do that later. Okay, I'm sorry. Plus, I want to prepare for it. I love being first for the algorithm. I can't lie. Like, if you do a breaking news, oh my God, you can just say A, B, C, D, send it. And it's breaking news, oh man, you got 1 million views. But I like to know what I'm actually going to say and what's really happening. And then I wait sometimes. And I'm like, let me find out, make sure so I can say something for real. And then that hurts you in the algorithm, but at least I'm saying something. Whatever. Y'all still hear it. It's all good. Okay. Let's get into these last two. You know how we end our show. Shout out to J-Dub. I can't read y'all handles. Y'all, yes, sound. Pause. Shout out to J-Dub. Book of Dex wants me to cover that Green and Martin. I got you, big dog. I could do it. Maybe I'll do a stream later. We'll see. And Chip Osorio. Yeah, I did some Bad Boys, some Diddy. Diddy borrowed my car. No, he didn't borrow. Let me stop. Diddy rented my car for a video. That we ain't go with that. That was my Mercedes in there. It's kind of dope. So I got some Diddy baby oil in that Mercedes. Stupid. I got jokes. Look, if I don't joke about you, that means I don't like you and love you. Real spit. Right? If I don't clown you, then we ain't that cool, because that means my elbow's locked. I'm like, hey, nice to meet you. I don't know you. Right? So let's get into this. Y'all know how we do on this show. We end the show with a poll and music, because I'm a DJ, and we end it with a poll and in sports. So let's do the music one first. Only 3 albums can stay. What are you picking? Good Lord. My baby don't mess around. Okay, we got Outkast, Game, Eminem. Whoa, what is that? Clips? Oh, that's early Clips. No. Right? Okay, I can see what I'm eliminating right now already. What's his name? Don or something? I'm trying not to do homework for this so it can be authentic and real. I'm not going to, fully researched and chat GPT'd. I've heard of him. Is that Mega Doom or something like that? Kanye, ooh, come on. 50, ooh, Jay, God, Lord, Jay again. Kanye again. Ooh, them Kanye staying. We already too damn. Supreme clientele, nice. I actually take Raekwon's over this, but it's all good. Young G. I didn't see Jeezy's. Jeezy's is staying. Jeezy's is staying. That's the first one. And Outkast, my favorite group. Y'all know that. But Jeezy can't go nowhere. Okay, shout out to Common. That's one of the nicest humans ever. UGK, love you. But Not gonna make it. Kanye. God dang, Kanye got 3 of these things. And Lil Wayne, the Carter 3. There's so many Lil Waynes. Do I need the Carter 3 though? Okay, let's be real. You gotta keep Young Jeezys. That album hit so hard. Yeah, that's staying. Kanye's, I don't know which Kanye. I want the old Kanye. The first one, the second, I love the second one. That one, okay, I'm done. I got it. I'm taking Young Jeezy. I'm taking the Kanye, one of them Kanyes. I think it's this one. And I'm taking Game's album, Real Spit. Yeah, I said it. Y'all beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you think. I don't know. Woo, that's a good one. That was fun. I don't know. Jesus. I ain't even say some of the other ones that I thought, but that Young Jeezy, by far, yeah. That sucker album was so good, I almost moved to Atlanta. I literally did. Because I was like, I got to live where this is coming from. Okay, last one, and then we out of here. When I say great player who never won a championship, who's the first guy that pops in your head? Dan Marino for a lot of people. I say Barry Sanders. I say Bruce Smith. Dan Marino. That's my 3. But they say who pops in your head, and they already took Marino away. I always think of Barry Sanders, and I always think of Bruce Smith. Now, it could be any sport, but they got a football player here, so naturally I started in football. In basketball, it's Barkley. In baseball, I don't know. I don't know. What other sports are there? Pickleball, Terrell Owens. I don't know. So y'all beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Thanks for rocking with your boy. I try to come back for that Draymond and Kenyon Martin one. Do you do a live for one topic? Tell me, kids. I don't know. But the point is, we'll get that done and handled. Have a great time today and enjoy yourself in every way. Remember, life's a competition between you and yourself. Peace. Blah, 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 blah.